The way layout is done today, it's just absolutely broken. You've got 5 major trades, each responsible for their own layout. They have different sources of information. It could be a federated model. It could be PDF documents. It could be shop drawings from their prefab. They all have different means of methods for bringing that information into the field. Some are using tape measures and chalk lines. Some are using sophisticated survey equipment. And they're all starting from different starting points. They might be measuring off of columns, or they might be tying into the control datum reference points that the surveyor placed on the floor. Those different sources of error are multiplied by the number of trades, and it's completely unrealistic to expect the trades to bring their layout into the field accurately and for the different trades layouts to all align the way that they do in the models. One other thing I'd like to add is that we spend months of time and hundreds of thousands of dollars coordinating a model. And in the digital world, all of the trades align perfectly. We prove to ourselves that we can fit all of these MEP trades into a really, really tight corridor, and we can stack them vertically the way that they need to be stacked. And we prove to ourselves that it can be built. But when we try to bring that into the field, it all falls apart. The trades use different means and methods for bringing that information into the field. They use different starting points. They use different sources of information. They're not all using that coordinated model. So it's completely unrealistic. And it's a shame that all of that detailed information just goes right out the window when we try to carry it into the field. It happens all the time. I can't even count how many times in the trailer there is agreement that there are datum reference points placed on the floor. The surveyor set them. We can trust them. We should measure off of those. And there's alignment and agreement across all of the trades. But out in the field, the installers are frankly just looking for the easiest, most efficient way to get work put in place. And often they default to measuring to a physical object that's close to where they're installing. It could be a column. It could be another trade that has run a pipe run or a duct line, and they're not measuring back to that common ground truth, that common starting point. When that happens, you're either stacking errors on top of each other. If the sheet metal's not perfect and you're running mechanical pipe or sprinkler lines adjacent to it, you're stacking up that error and you're creating bigger problems down the road. Or you could be directly creating conflicts by measuring off of a column that was placed 2 inches to the east or west of where it was intended to go. So you're actually creating conflicts immediately when you're measuring from different starting points. I am guilty of this. When I was running sprinkler pipe, the most common sequence of events was for usually top track and some wall framing on the critical walls to be put in place. The ductwork is large, and that would often be tight against the walls or close to it. So they would put the board up, get the ductwork close to the walls, and then I would often be measuring off of the ductwork or be measuring off of another trade that had already installed a nice long straight run. And what that led to was me not necessarily being in the right place as we got down to the end of the quarter. If they made a mistake, I was carrying that mistake into my work and potentially growing that error or that mistake over time as I was installing a pipe run. With layout, I would say that general contractors generally will hold roughly a week per floor or per area to do layout. It can be a little bit of a free-for-all. Fortunately, during the layout process, there aren't any materials on the floor. You don't have scissor lifts moving around, but you do have different trades kind of on top of each other trying to get their work done. As we've discussed, they all have different means and methods of doing this, and they could be using different starting points, and they're going to run into problems, and they're definitely going to have some friction in the field as they're performing their layout in parallel during that kind of free-for-all layout phase. I would say there's a right way and a wrong way to coordinate the installation process. The right way after layout is complete is to work from the floor slab down with the most critical MEP systems. Anything that has a set pitch to it, anything that's large and uptight against the slab needs to go in first, and you can gradually work your way down very, very methodically. And the trades are not in each other's way. It's systematic and it works brilliantly well. Unfortunately, we don't see that very often. Usually as soon as layout's done, it's the Wild West. You've got trades bringing materials in, stocking materials as close to their work area as they possibly can. They're all in there with scissor lifts. They're trying to get overhead. They're in each other's way. It creates tremendous friction and I would say an unsafe work environment to have so many people on top of each other in a way that's not carefully coordinated and not methodically executed. So on a well-run project, the project managers and superintendents will think about what is the most efficient way to complete this project. Unfortunately, pressure schedule is so intense right now on many of the projects that we see. Everyone's running around trying to get work put in place. They're installing ahead of the model. Trades are on top of each other. It's absolute chaos. I fundamentally believe that if you go slow, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And taking the time to do layout correctly is a force multiplier when it comes to installation. Taking an extra 2 days to do layout methodically and to provide a coordinated layout across all of the trades allows them to install with high confidence that it's landing in the right place. It eliminates errors, it eliminates rework, and it dramatically accelerates the pace of installation and the overall project delivery. We're working on a data center campus with a tremendous superintendent, and he has found dead spots in the schedule that he's able to slot us into so that we're able to fit into times that would normally be underutilized, and we're able to deliver a tremendously detailed layout that's saving the trades installation labor and saving him schedule time. I think there's always going to be tremendous schedule pressure, but I think we're going to execute on a more thoughtful approach. Layout is clearly a force multiplier, and a good layout can lead to tremendous efficiencies during the installation process. And I think layout is going to become a more thought out part of the process, and it will be strategically applied so that the downstream installation work can take place more efficiently.